Hello, and welcome. Remember when cars were wild statements, not just appliances? When mad inventors built rolling sculptures, not accountants in beige offices? Today we're celebrating the most over-engineered cars ever made. The beautiful, flawed monuments to human ambition that flew too close to the sun. These are the Icaruses of the automotive world, too clever, too complex, and too fascinating to ignore. Buckle up as we explore the genius, the passion, and the spectacular ways these machines came crashing down. This isn't a story of failure, it's a story of magnificent, over-the-top ambition. And honestly, isn't that so much more interesting? Let's start with the Citroën SM, a car so French it's practically existential. It looked like futuristic art on wheels, with self-leveling hydropneumatic suspension and headlights that turned with the steering. The steering was so light at low speeds you could use your pinky and rock solid at high speeds. For power, Citroën borrowed a Maserati V6 compact, powerful, and full of Italian character. On paper, it was the most advanced car of its time, but the hydropneumatic system powered everything: brakes, steering, headlights. A single failure could cripple the car. The Maserati engine was temperamental, with timing chain issues that could destroy your wallet. French complexity met Italian temperament, a recipe for endless maintenance. Owners spent more time fixing leaks than driving. The SM was too clever, too fragile, and too complicated for the real world. It dazzled, then collapsed under its own brilliance. A magnificent failure. And a legend. Next up, the DeLorean DMC-12, the car everyone knows but not for its driving. Stainless steel body, gull-wing doors, and movie star looks, it was built for spectacle. John DeLorean promised a revolutionary sports car, but the reality was underwhelming. The engine, a Peugeot Renault Volvo V6, made just 130 horsepower, less than a modern hatchback. The DMC-12 looked fast but was embarrassingly slow. Build quality was a disaster: leaky doors, unreliable electrics, and unfixable body panels. Assembled by an inexperienced workforce, it was more garden shed than spaceship. The company collapsed in scandal, but the car became a pop culture icon thanks to Back to the Future. As a sports car, it was all show and no go, brilliant idea, poor execution. The DeLorean is famous for time travel, but as a car it was stuck in the past. A classic case of overpromising and under-delivering. A legend for all the wrong reasons. Now let's talk about the Mazda RX-7 and its wild Wankel rotary engine. Instead of pistons, it used a spinning triangle, a Dorito, for smooth, high-revving power. The RX-7 FD was gorgeous, perfectly balanced, and packed a tiny 1.3L twin-turbo engine making 276 horsepower. It handled like a dream, revved to the moon, and sounded like a swarm of angry bees. But the rotary engine had fatal flaws. Apex seals wore out quickly, leading to catastrophic failures. Rebuilding one was a dark art, not a simple fix. It guzzled fuel and oil, and the complex turbo system was a nightmare to maintain. The RX-7 was a masterpiece, brilliant to drive, but demanding and fragile. Too clever, too different, and too high maintenance for most owners. It was a ticking time bomb of complexity and expense. A legend among enthusiasts, but a cautionary tale for everyone else. The RX-7, a spinning marvel but a mechanical gamble, a beautiful flawed icon. Volkswagen, the brand of the Beetle and Golf, decided the world needed a 70,000 pounds luxury sedan. Enter the Phaeton, a car engineered to outdo Mercedes and BMW, with specs that bordered on obsessive. It could cruise at 186 miles per hour in desert heat, had a climate system with its own patent, and wood trim from a single tree. Built in a glass factory by workers in white coats, it was a technological marvel. But it wore a VW badge. VW buyers wanted value, not opulence. Luxury buyers wanted a prestigious badge, not people's car. The Phaeton was a commercial disaster. VW lost tens of thousands on every one sold. It was a Bentley in disguise, misunderstood by its own brand. The engineers built the best car they could, the marketers couldn't sell it. A masterpiece nobody wanted. The Phaeton over-engineered, underappreciated, and gloriously out of place. Proof that ambition alone can't change perception. A luxury car for no one. In the 1980s, Cadillac wanted European flair, so they built the Alanti. Designed by Pininfarina in Italy, the bodies were flown to Detroit on specially modified 747S, a logistical marvel called the Alante Air Bridge. The world's longest assembly line stretching across the Atlantic for a single car. The result? A beautiful Italian body on a rather ordinary American chassis. It was front-wheel drive with a V8 that was smooth but not sporty. The airbridge added huge costs, making the Alante pricier than its Mercedes rival. Cadillac advertised the jet-set assembly, but buyers saw only a high price and compromised performance. It promised European sophistication, but delivered American mediocrity. The Elante was a marvel of logistics, but a business blunder. Too expensive, too complicated, and not special enough. A car lost in translation literally and figuratively. The Elante, a halo car that never shined. Proof that complexity doesn't guarantee success. Mercedes wanted to attract younger buyers with the A-Class, a small car packed with innovation. Its sandwich floor design promised safety and space, letting the engine slide under the cabin in a crash. The result? A roomy, clever hatchback with big ambitions. But the high floor raised the center of gravity. In Sweden's infamous Moose test, the A-Class rolled over spectacularly. Mercedes had to recall and redesign the car, adding stability control and new suspension. The damage was done. The A-Class became a punchline. Brilliant engineering, but a fundamental oversight. The sandwich floor was clever, but keeping the car upright was more important. Sometimes innovation needs a reality check. The A-Class a lesson in unintended consequences. Subaru, known for rugged wagons and rally cars, tried to go upscale with the SVX. Designed by Giugiaro, it looked like a jet fighter with a unique window-within-a-window design. The idea: reduce wind noise and allow the glass to retract into thin doors. It was a solution to a problem nobody had, quirky but unnecessary. Underneath it had a flat-six engine and all-wheel drive, smooth and stable. But the SVX was expensive, automatic only, and didn't fit Subaru's image. Buyers wanted ruggedness or prestige, not quirky luxury. The SVX was too weird and too costly to succeed. A brilliant oddball, but a commercial flop. Sometimes innovation just confuses the market. The SVX a window into Subaru's wild side. So there you have it. A graveyard of magnificent ambition. These cars are proof that pushing boundaries leads to unforgettable stories, even if the cars themselves didn't last. They have more soul in one flawed part than 100 sensible cars. Scars are interesting. They tell stories of passion and risk. I'd rather have a car with a story than one that's just perfect. What over-engineered wrecks do you love? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.